broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
There we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. We are recapping your favorite soap opera, the hit NBC soap Days of Our Lives. Hooray! It's our first show.
I'm not there.
I got my hair.
It's Tony Moore, and I am, of course, joined by my lovely co-host. We have to my far left.
That's so funny.
Mark J Freeman
with flat hair. Also have
Peter Ramos.
Now, of course, you guys may notice that we are three dudes. So just to let you know, yes, dudes do watch soaps. We do. And between the three of us, we've been watching it probably for the 50 years that Days has been on. All right. Well, that was our very first show a year ago. And now, here we are a year later. Yay!
The role of Peter Ramos will be played by James Lott Jr.
Yes. Welcome all of you Days of Our Lives Dishin Days fans to Dishin Days 1-year anniversary special. Today we are going to take you down memory lane on to some of our favorite moments from the past year. And there have been quite a lot. Okay, so just to give you guys an overview of where the show started and where we are now. So when we first started, we had one person watching live.
I remember that. I was like,
I think it was my mom.
You said that last time too.
Mm-hmm. Our highest is now 297 people watching live.
Yes.
Our most viewed show has 16,677 views, which was our recap from September 6th to the 11th.
Wow.
Our Facebook page has 2,982 people.
Wow.
And our Instagram has 1,750 people.
Wow, that's good, you guys.
That's amazing, right?
That is total building and building. We've been building, so yes.
All from a little idea on recapping Days of Our Lives.
That you had. It's all Tony Moore. It's Tony Moore.
Okay, well, I didn't want to take the credit, but
you have to.
I sure as heck didn't do it.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so
I was cross-dressing.
Right, yeah, still are. So I thought about it, and I looked at all the shows that I was doing here at AfterBuzz, and I was like, well, I'm a huge fan of Days of Our Lives. Yes. I know a lot of the people there. We should do it here, and that's when we started the work of putting this together. And as you guys noticed in our first clip, we had Peter, who was just as knowledgeable as anyone about Days. Yes. Shout out to Peter.
And that's who I met off camera before I came to AfterBuzz. I met him. He said, my friend Tony and Mark are doing a Days of Our Lives show. I'm like, really? What's that?
Yeah. I don't know if Peter will still say my friend Tony anymore. But
oopsie. But that's what I'm saying. But you were the one who actually, it was your idea to bring it to AfterBuzz.
Yeah. And luckily AfterBuzz trusted me much to allow me to do a soap opera recap here.
And now it's going into a soap opera block.
It is. Because of you, I was able to do GH reports. I mean, I was able to green-lighted that because they saw how successful this was.
And growing.
And growing.
So, now we're just waiting for two other shows.
Waiting for two other shows.
James Lott Jr.
Tony, don't even try it today. It's our anniversary.
I've tried it since I walked in the But so shout out to Peter, one of our original hosts here. But we've also had many other guest hosts as well. We've had James Lee. Who you guys?
He occupied a chair.
Yeah. I remember watching that show and thinking, like, he did not say a word. But you have to think, it's intimidating coming into a situation like this because you have Mark who's like, rah, 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 me.
I'm so quiet.
And I wasn't here. He was filling in for me.
Yeah, because what happened was Tony was in Australia. Well, no, first time you were gone, I came on, which my 1 year anniversary is a week from now. You were in Canada. The second time you went to Australia with Dance Moms.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks. I can only do one of the weeks because then I was going out of town. So they said with the two Jameses.
Yeah.
And so I came on the first week. The second week was him. My time was kind of weird too. I was kind of quiet myself too.
You were like, I looked at that and I was like, James first of all was sitting like this.
I know.
Yeah. And he was like, James Lott Jr. And I was like, who is that?
Me too. I was like,
now he's the quiet storm.
Yes, exactly.
Now he is the quiet storm. But we've also had Cassie. Cassie has come in and guest hosted.
Yes.
Jen Lilly has come in and filled in, and Michael Fairman, who is all things soaps. He came in to fill in one time too. So, and then of course we had our very favorite, our permanent now, James Lott Jr.
I know, I'm a recast.
Yeah.
Come on.
But so was Billy Flynn, so don't worry.
Right, exactly. Is he about to Billy Flynn?
Just saying.
It's about me right now.
I was at, speaking of, if I can digress for a moment here.
Into a Billy Flynn moment?
It is. Well, not a moment, but I was watching, like we were this week, episodes, and it was funny because like I was watching one of the old ones, and I wasn't like, it was like just the beginnings of my infatuation, and it was just so funny to watch because it was like I was just like, ooh, that Bill, like I was so quiet about it, and now I'm just like,
now you're not quiet about it at all.
We ain't messing around.
I think each of us were very different in the beginning because even I was just kind of like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but like I'm gonna try my best to recap this show. And yeah, you know what? I just realized the perfect segue for May 31st.
Did Marissa cue that up? I don't know if Marissa found it.
Marissa, I think you should find that show and we'll cue it up for later.
It's like May.
I think it's the
29th.
Yeah,
29th.
Yeah, it's May 29th.
And we'll get back to that later.
But what's funny is that you're right. When you start the show, there was no template for it beforehand because all the other after shows are usually an hour, maybe 2 hours at a time. This is a 5-day-a-week show, you guys. We really put a lot of hard work into the show. It's not really easy. We have to come up with the storylines. You came up with the template. I mean, it was like,
well, even like we've and from the very beginning we've talked. I mean, AfterBuzz likes us to have 4 hosts.
Yes.
It's hard for us to get people on board just because they have to watch 5 episodes a week, and everyone's like,
well, not
that's
only
a lot to watch.
They have to be knowledgeable of the show. I mean, there's so much history.
The soap fans will tell you about yourself if you don't know about the show.
Yeah.
Exactly. So going on with our guest host, James, you came on as a guest and now you're one of our permanents. And let's talk about your did you have your first moment?
I'm the first one of my favorite moments. I do have, and I did send those in. I have 2, and they involve both of you guys. I kind of combined them together, but these 2 moments just make me smile and laugh each time. So you go ahead and play the first one, and I will explain.
Recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives, right here on AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by some 2 very knowledgeable folks of all things Salem. We're going to start with my favorite co-host, one of them, with the hair like Jimmy Neutron.
I totally thought he meant you.
I was like, okay. Hey, which was that one?
I am Mark J Freeman.
That wasn't mine. That was James Lott Jr.
And we are going to give a little shout out to Peter, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. Hey, Peter, how are you? He had to work, so yeah. I want to quickly thank you guys for always tuning in to us every Sunday.
Of course, it's live television. I don't think that's the right moment.
Oh, that's the moment you had on there.
It is really. It is on there. It must. What's the second? Play the second one. Play the second one. Because when I copied and pasted it, I don't know what came up.
All right, give me a second.
That's okay. Sorry.
It's okay. No, I mean I copied and pasted from whatever it was.
I think you copied it. Oh no, I see it. You might have switched them. Welcome to live TV. So
live
as you will see throughout today, we will.
This is one of them for sure. This is one of them for sure.
Oh, the other one, I know which one that is now.
The reason why I am sitting here in this chair, the reason why my Twitter name is Black Hope LA or my Instagram name is L Black Hope, the reason why I have come to Days of Our Lives is because of Kristen Alfonso, my favorite character, Hope Williams-Britton.
Wait a minute, that's why it's Black Hope LA? You tried it. I never knew that either. So you trying to say that you're the Black Hope?
I am.
Y'all thought
So
Y'all thought hashtag Maxine Sun was something. Let's talk about the L Black Hope over here.
A lot of people don't know that, and that's that. My close friends know that, but a lot of people don't know that. My family know, but that's
I had no idea.
I saw her as a fresh-faced 18-year-old, and I was in. And I've already talked enough about her on the show, so I went into the next. So that was my because when you said hashtag I can't, the look on your face. You said I tried it. It makes me laugh every single time.
I think that it just shocked me too because I was thinking it was like this Black Power,
Black Hope, like
yeah, LA, yeah.
And then he said, Christian Alfonso, Black. All of a sudden it went ding, 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 ding.
It did.
He's a black hole.
It did.
You completely tried it.
I did. I was like, you can't. But the other moment I had put up there was from his birthday, and it was Tony's opening. Your opening makes me. I've watched it 100 times. It makes me laugh.
From Mark's birthday?
Yes.
I don't think we have it.
I thought that was
It's
the
not
Mark.
I think. Is that it right there?
No, this was.
It was
wrong.
from. It would be the week of ending around the 11th
Of December.
because my
11th.
birthday was on a Saturday, I do believe.
Yeah.
So it'd be like
It was the 6th through the 11th.
6th to the 11th.
And
Sounds right.
it was 048.
And it's the very beginning
048
intro.
And that was my
that
second favorite
episode.
moment. That was just so great.
All these are from August.
Yeah. Shout out to Marissa
Yes.
who got all of our stuff only moments before the show.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's an extensive list. So shout out to her
Yes,
for dealing with us
Marissa.
today. Cheers to you, Marissa.
Cheers
Cheers to you, Marissa. We'll have more. Oh, speaking of, I'm just going to top my champagne off.
Yeah.
I'm not online.
Thank you, gentlemen.
But anyway, so
I'll have one for you.
But just funny, those moments with you two together make me laugh. And just like, and that's what's kind of funny because your reactions to things make me laugh.
Well, trust me, it's pure comedy anytime you get the three of us together.
Yes.
So,
There it is.
I
There it is.
think we have
is that it?
Yes. So yeah.
Marissa, you are so good
I know.
back there in
Come
the
on,
booth.
girl.
I'm gonna take a sip for you.
Yeah, me too. For the homie. For the homie.
I need another pizza roll.
And here, you want a pizza roll?
Here we go. Hold on.
Because your opening makes me laugh every time for your birthday.
No, that's not my birthday. That's not it because I wasn't wearing that on my birthday.
It's December. December 6th through 11th, not July. Where's
Do you need a pizza roll?
did I say
and
July?
now pizza rolls have
Keep eating
also
pizza rolls while I find this.
pizza rolls also became a thing.
Yes, they did.
of
I
our
was
show
trying to
because of
find.
Mark.
I was trying to find. It was me.
It was
because
Mark.
when we first started. This is from my memory. This is how it
Okay,
started.
it's awesome.
Is you and Peter would talk about stuff, and I'm like, I don't remember that happening. And I was like, oh, I must have been. And I think I literally was getting pizza rolls that day. I was making pizza rolls, so I think I got up to get the pizza rolls. And I was like, oh, it must have been when I got to get pizza rolls. So then every time I didn't remember something, I was like, oh, I must have been getting the pizza rolls. Oh, I must have been getting the pizza rolls. And then, as a tactic to get guests on the show, I kept saying, if they come on, I'll make pizza rolls for the guests. On the
It was
show.
also a way for you to say, if we were talking about something during the show and you didn't pay attention, didn't want to talk about it, you're like, I was probably getting pizza rolls.
Who started the hashtag thing?
I think all the hashtags.
Yes, that is.
I think we first it started with hashtag Bring Jack Back.
I
Yes, I
actually
heard that.
last night said, and we didn't put this in the outline, but I was talking to him on the way here. I wrote down last night because we had so many hashtags throughout the year. I wrote down some
How
of the
funny,
ones.
we both did the same thing.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
You did too.
Okay, well, let's compare notes.
Okay.
I have hashtag Dishin Days, of course. Hashtag Maxine Sun.
Yes.
Hashtag Bring Jack Back.
Yes.
Hashtag
Bring Bell Back.
Bring Bell back.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hashtag I can't.
Okay.
Hashtag Big Hair Don't Care.
Yes.
Hashtag Pizza Rolls.
Yes.
Hashtag Chas.
No, that's right. Yeah, we did that for a while.
What was Chad?
It was a while. Chas. Chad's ass.
Ass,
Oh,
that's it. You can say ass.
Can I say
right?
Chad?
can I say Chad?
And then there was also our segment that eventually ended up being Look Who's Related. Hashtag Those Were the Days.
Oh yeah, those were the days.
That's right. It was
Oh, there it
born.
is. That's
I was
the
born
birthday.
out. Those were days.
Because you
That's
guys
right.
dressed like me and I didn't dress like
He did
me.
just like you.
Yes.
But it's Tony's oopening that makes me. I've watched it 100 times. I put it on my Instagram.
I'm sorry, Friday was hands down the best episode. Nope. Oh, this is
Why?
because of Janet. This is when Billy came
This
in.
is your birthday.
No, I need
Was
the
it
opening.
because
I need the
of-
opening. Go back.
when he introduces me right at the top of the show.
Top of the show. That's the funniest part.
Is it? What did I say?
You'll
see.
see.
You'll see.
And
We've
it's
talked about it.
also Mark's who joins.
Hello, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where we give you a full recap
love
of
the
this
vast.
week's episode
Yes.
of Days of Our Lives. I am your host, Tony Moore, and today's show is a very, very special show because we are celebrating one of our co-hosts' 50th birthday. Give it up for the birthday boy gal.
Mark
Boy,
J.
I love it,
Freeman
boy.
here.
That's my favorite point. That's my favorite point.
Wait, Mark J Freeman, Flynn, Demera.
Oh yeah.
Tamara, yeah, I'll take that.
Oh my
Take
God.
that.
When you say my favorite
Yeah,
boy
yeah,
gal
it's so
himself,
cool. We
I
gotta have
laugh
that
every godforsaken time.
Gosh darn.
Gosh
Oh my
darn
God.
time.
Well, speaking of guests and surprises, we have had many guests that have. Poor Marissa. I just heard her go. Okay, so
We'll talk a little bit, Marissa.
yeah. So
Yes.
I was looking at the list.
I say show them that list.
I was looking at the list of people, and y'all, between you probably can't see it, but between our spotlight ons and our guests that we've had on
good.
Dishin Days, we've had
Here, give it to me.
We've had a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
on the show.
There we go.
I mean, we've had everyone. We've had previous cast members like Chriselle, who played Jordan, Casey Diedrich, who played Chad Demera, previous to Billy Flynn.
Who?
We had Rachel Melvin, who played Chelsea, James Reed, Skyped in, Austin Peck, Skyped in. Our very first spotlight on, which are like our separate interviews that we do besides Dishin Days, was Matthew Ashford, and I felt really bad because
I couldn't be there.
and Mark was in Ohio, but you called in.
I did.
Yeah, so that was great. And then so many guests on Dishin Days. We've had, of course, Billy Flynn, Melissa Archer, Camila Banos.
Billy Flynn twice, by the way.
Yes. Theo.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was on.
He was just on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so I forgot for a second.
Oh, Teo.
Yeah,
Theo.
for a second.
What did I say?
Theo.
I said Theo.
Theo.
Oh, okay.
It's Theo.
Theo.
Theo Pinglis.
Oh my God, I can hear him now going,
Yes.
do you have a question?
That was almost going to be my.
The beach, that was really good too. That was really
Yeah.
good too.
But of course, we want you guys to remember all of the guests that we have had either on Dishin Days or our Spotlight on, and we've created just this little guest slideshow montage for all of you wonderful Dishin Days fans.
Let's see this.
Or it should become it's all the pictures, Marissa.
All right. One.
And a shout out, Alexis Torres is in the chat room. And she
And
is she in there?
Alexis is. If you guys remember Alexis started off with us. She was our
No,
engineer.
that's not the. That's a. It's a.
she was our first engineer who helped us out with all the hashtags and all of that stuff. There's 127 people watching us live, so shout out to everyone.
Yes.
There it is.
And a lot of people are saying we look spiffy, we look
thank you.
good, and
Thank
all
you.
of that.
I know it's early, you guys. For
Willa
you guys.
said I looked regal.
And yes, we did not.
The brooch.
I know, really. And we do know you. Christopher, Sean, and Hira Emerson were our first guests. Yes, we did
They
not
were.
forget them. Sorry, Cheryl.
Yes.
She's yelling at us.
All right, so let's take a look at all the guests that we've had here on Dishin Days or our Spotlight on.
Wasn't there. I was there.
But of course, in true Mark fashion, he's going to give commentary all throughout the whole thing.
I'm not.
There's
in that
Hira
one.
and Christopher Sean. They were our
First
guests,
They were great.
Yes, yeah.
They were great.
Yeah.
which I think Mark scared them.
Oh, Felice. We love Felice. It was great.
Oh, our Christmas.
Oh, our Christmas. Oh, that's so funny.
No, Jen was on like with 3 times.
Jen has been
Jen,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Four
That was the
times.
first time.
That was the
Yeah.
first time. Our first
Christopher
guest.
Nira.
Mark Hapka.
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
Jack.
You were there for
Yeah,
that.
I was there for that.
I wish I was there for that. Oh, Casey.
Who's that?
Uh-huh.
Rachel.
Oh, Rachel. Yeah.
That's a classic photo because
Yeah.
it was Chad and Chandler had never met.
Oh, Michael Cardell.
Michael, he's
my
great.
roommate.
Oh, our pajama
Oh,
party.
that's right.
Pajama party.
Kyle Lauer.
Kyle.
I
I wasn't
love
there.
Kyle.
Brady. You
Oh,
were there for
Melissa.
that.
That's when she
Melissa.
slapped me.
Yes. Michael Fairman.
Michael Fair.
Oh, Patricia.
Patrika. I wasn't there for that.
Freddie.
Freddie.
Camila and Cassie.
Oh, yeah, that's
Lauren
right.
Lauren.
Oslo.
I called in for that one.
Oh, that's right. Billy again, my birthday.
Greg Vaughn.
Greg Vaughn.
He's great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I forgot that Camila and Cassie came on together.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
Totally
they
forgot.
both came on together. So that was just a quick gander and recap of all of the people that we had. And of course, we had Paul Telfer on, and Austin Peck,
Yes.
and James Reed.
I was watching that Paul's episode last night when I was falling asleep.
We're-
I just
Dan-
put it on my Apple TV. I put a YouTube Apple TV on. I was just watching a little
And
bit.
also, Daniel Cosgrove did call in for a minute.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Daniel
that's right. He
Cosgrove
did.
called in.
He
yeah.
did. Daniel Cosgrove did call
Which
in.
is coming back apparently.
And Lucas Kerr called in.
Oh yeah,
Lucas Kerr,
yeah.
yeah.
That's right. I forgot about
Yeah.
him too. That's right. I like.
Yep.
Lucas
Did we have
Kerr.
any other call-ins that we're forgetting?
True. O'Brien.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Drew
O'Brien called in.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Yeah.
Wow, we
to
got a lot
talk
of
about
people.
his.
That's-
Are you
her
adding?
time
Make
on-
sure you add him to that list.
I
so we
did.
don't forget.
Yeah, we have
I
make sure.
did.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Martha Madison.
Oh yeah, she called in
Martha
too.
called
When
in,
she
and
was-
then
when
she
she
was
was
a
brought
no-show
back.
later.
Well, she got sick.
Did you hear that, Martha?
She
I
got
called you
sick.
out.
She
I
got
called you
sick.
out.
All right, so
We love
now we're on to our favorite guest moments. Now, for me, my favorite guest had to be
Is this
Austin Peck, because I feel like he was like the realist, and
Yeah,
he had no filter. And he really told it like it is. Not that any other person who has come on has not. But with Austin, I was just like, you are really giving it to us, and I totally appreciate this interview.
I don't think I've watched that one.
No, cause that was my favorite spotlight on moment was him.
Was him?
Because he was so candid about Alison Sweeney, working with her, and how she was a child, and he was candid about himself. I mean, he really gave it to you straight.
He said that Alison Sweeney was a child when he worked with her?
She was like 16, 17 years old when he
that's
met,
true.
and then she was a little difficult, and so he said all kinds of stuff. But he was like saying it in a way that it wasn't
I'm gonna
like.
have to go back and watch.
No, he loves her. So I mean, but just like he was just talking about how back then it was a little
I
rough
wonder if I
back
have
then.
pizza rolls at home to watch.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
And then I asked him about as the world turns. There was some drama on there too, and he talked about he gave it all.
Yeah,
he served us. He served us realness.
I'm sorry, that was my favorite spotlight on. I do have a different one for Dishin
Oh,
Days.
we had the same one for spotlight on. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Dishin Days. What's your favorite?
Mark?
one?
What's my what?
Your favorite guest moment?
My favorite guest moment? I do believe Marissa has a video clip. If you, I think it's going to be pretty self-explanatory, but it's Marissa. I think you have the clip. It starts at 59:53, and hit it.
Scene.
Oh Lord.
If you guys want to come and watch it live, I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Great show.
And I also brought a gift for Billy
Oh.
because I heard you like.
That O was like. That O said a lot.
Here it is. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait
So
for it.
soapy.
And
The exact one.
rape. Rape. That was rape. That was rape captured on camera.
Can't
Tweet
rape the willing.
Tweet it. And they did tweet it. They did tweet
You
it.
can't rape the willing. Yes.
Hands down. I mean, what a good sport he was.
Oh, seriously,
He really was.
No, seriously,
And he's still been a good sport, and he's
Yeah.
been a very sweet to me and a friend and all that.
I
stuff,
will
so.
say it was his idea to actually come to AfterBuzz and surprise you on your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, because I said, hey, we're celebrating Mark's birthday. Like, do you mind just doing a video for him? He was like, how about I come in?
He just
And
said
I was
that.
like, okay.
My heart just fell.
I mean, listen, I wasn't thrilled about the idea, but I was like, whatever. You're not doing it on Sunday, then whatever. Then just come in.
Oh, makes me love him even more.
And then you had an honorable mention, of course.
I did have an honorable mention to Hira and Christopher because they were our first guest, and
Yes.
that was the first time it wasn't the
butchered
first
their
time I
name.
let host. I don't think.
There wasn't.
I don't think it was my first. I thought it was, but I think it was
When he was in Canada.
when you
Yeah.
were in Canada.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that one, so it was my second time lead hosting, and
You butchered his name.
I didn't butcher it as bad as I thought I did. I only said it because I was watching it back this week, and I only said it actually once.
Oh, really?
But then everybody kept bringing it back up.
Oh,
I
no.
actually only
Okay.
said it once.
Oh, okay.
And then I commented that I wrote it in my outline as Sean.
Okay.
But I actually only said it once because I kept listening. And then there's one point where Peter calls me out, and I was like, "Oh my God, did I say it again?" And when I listened, I was like, "Oh, I didn't say it again." So I don't know why he said that. But
I tell you what I love. I love when Mark does have to like lead host or host by himself. He gets so flustered.
well, there's
So
so much
flustered.
going on.
Yeah, well,
you know how my head works anyway.
Yeah. Well, now you know how I feel. And Mark still tries to do everything. He wants to talk to the people. He wants to talk to the guests. He wants to look at the chat room.
I do.
I'm like, something has
I
to
want
give.
to include everybody. I feel bad when I get home, and I sometimes I will be driving home and like, I didn't read enough things in the chat room. I didn't read this. I do feel bad because I know
our
that they
fans.
want
Yeah.
us to mention them and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
James, do you have a favorite guest moment?
Not only favorite guest moment, just that for me and these two ladies know how much I love them so much, and it's whenever Jen Lilly comes on or Cassie Paiva, they know. They know how I feel about them, and I know how they feel about me. And I just anytime they come on, it just makes me. Even when they came on, I wasn't here. They still gave me a shout out, and I just They can come on anytime. I just love them. That's my favorite moments.
Well, I have a favorite Dishin Days guest moment, and it tickled me so. And we have a clip of it. Poor Marissa.
Well, I'm just looking at the outline that I printed up, and I think I may have. Oh no, I put mine in the right spot.
I think you did too. But
But
you
my
also,
spotlight on's in the right place, so I think that's right.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'll take the blame for that, as I have been all morning.
So one of our great guests, Issa, who's in France, who's watching right now, she actually made these mugs, and I should have brought mine. I forgot to bring mine, but we love them.
I've been bringing it just because our AfterBuzz mugs they don't hold as much water.
Listen to him.
I always run out of water.
But they're great.
But my favorite guest moment was another surprise, and I'll let it speak for itself. So, cue it up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
My name Randy.
Randy. Hi, Randy.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
I'm calling from West Hollywood.
From West Hollywood.
Oh.
Nice.
West Hollywood, Florida.
Florida.
Oh, okay, great, good. Okay, good.
Randy, what's up?
I have a question for Melissa Archer.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Melissa,
Hey.
what was your 17 favorite things about working with Paul Telfer?
17.
Okay, here we go.
You can start at number 17 and work up, or you can start at number 1 and work down.
Oh my God, I love
This is the best call. This is the best call.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So, I can't even.
I was so confused because of the lag between the YouTube and the phone, but whatever. Hey Melissa, how you doing, darling?
Oh my God, how are you, my love?
Oh my God. So we have Paul Telfer on the phone.
That was the best.
So
I forgot about
I
that.
forgot.
That moment for me was, and it was Paul's idea.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Because I was like, we're gonna have Melissa on. He was like, I want to call in, and so I was texting him, and I was like, okay, call in now. And then when he did that voice, and I was like, oh my God.
I love
but
it.
the best part of that is you can start at number 17 and work your way up, or start at number 1 and work your way down.
Oh, we love you, Paul. He's great.
That's
That was.
fantastic.
I forgot about that.
He's the one that called me
was funny.
handsy too.
Oh yeah.
I remember I was in Target when we were tweeting about Billy being there, and he commented and he was like, "Be careful, she's handsy." And I was like, in the middle of Target, I was like, "He called me handsy." It was fun. He's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy, and we love Melissa too. So
Yes.
that was good.
So we've already talked about our Spotlight Ons and all the guests that we've had. And our Spotlight Ons are individual interviews that we've had. And we've interviewed people who were previously on the show, currently on the show. So you guys make sure you check those out if you haven't already. We've had people like Lauren Koslow, Chandler Massey, Freddie Smith, Matthew Ashford.
Trika Darbo.
Yes, Casey Diedrich. Just to name a few.
Yeah.
And James and I already mentioned our favorite Spotlight On, which was Austin Peck.
What's yours?
I have Marissa, I gave you another clip. It's 3851 is where you can start that one at the YouTube quick 3851, whatever one you have queued up to 3851. Let's see. Here we go. I think it's ready to roll.
And where I used to watch Days, so I think it's even more appropriate that I'm sitting here where I began watching Jack and being able to ask you
tape
questions.
a picture of me to the screen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome. Well, hello to Ohio.
Yay! Hello to
Yay.
Ohio.
Yes.
All right. Hold on. I got a lot of notes here. I got to focus.
Oh my God.
First of all, Tony.
Yes.
I'm upset that you're referring to any other human being that would have played Jack. There's only one Jack, and it is Matthew Ashford.
He laughed. That's funny.
Well, we had
So
to.
just take that off the table. We're not even going to talk about them.
We had to
We
let
don't
them
care
know
about
that
their careers.
that there were two more
Matthew
people
Ashford is all we care
before,
about.
but Matthew is Jack. He is the only Jack.
Yeah.
There is no other Jack
So you
but
said
Matthew
two other
Ashford.
Jacks. I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
This is all
That
don't
pre.
exist.
This
So
is
Matthew
That was it, Marissa.
Matthew
Thank you.
Ashford is pre Billy Flynn.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Bring Jack back. That was your
well,
big
but
thing.
it got look at
coming
Jack's
back.
coming back for 5
Yes.
episodes. Billy Flynn kissed me.
Yeah. There you go.
I think you should just tell me what you want me to say because it kind of comes true.
That comes true. There you go.
Maxine's son, Maxine's son, Maxine's son, Maxine's son. There you
Yeah,
go.
please say that.
I'll put it out there. So that was
one times.
that was fun, and I well, you kind of caught the tail end of it. I was saying, it was almost serendipitous that I was at home at my mom's house calling him, because that's where I started watching Days. So it was kind of sweet that I was there, even though I would have liked to have been in the audience. I'm sure he was glad I wasn't there.
And that was the first spotlight on that we ever did.
I think so.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous, but thank you to Matthew Asher for coming.
Well, maybe he'll come back since he's coming back on the Days. Maybe he'll come back and join us.
Well, speaking of Matthew, he sent us a little message.
Oh, he did.
Not video, because he said he's not very technically adept. But in the meantime, he wanted me to read this message to you guys.
Okay.
He says, "Congratulations, Tony and the crew. First year of Dishin Days. May there be many more. All my best, Matt Ashford."
Very nice. Thank
Well,
you,
he did say that too, because I asked him, where can we see you? And he was like, I think I have a website. I think my Twitter is. So I can understand
Thanks,
him.
Matthew Ashford.
But thank you, Matthew.
So there's that, and now we are on to our next favorite moments, provided by Mark.
What is
your two favorite moments of me and James?
Oh, okay. So I'll do, Marissa, while you queue up the photos I sent you for Tony. I'll talk about James first.
You already completely tried my entire
Just
life.
because I'll give her time. I want to give her time. Oh, she's ready. Okay.
She's ready.
So my favorite Tony moments, and she's going to just go through these pictures, are all, no, I want you to know, this is captured, these are screenshots captured within a 10 to 15 minutes of one episode. This is one episode. Look at all these pictures. All the different... Within 10, 15 minutes, these are all the different faces. And then I ended with a nice smiley one. So I said my favorite Tonys are his faces and his reactions and his Tonyisms.
Tonyisms, yes.
Well, we just talked about this before we started. My face always says yes a lot.
Everything.
I'm surprised you didn't include this face.
I actually was going to be it, just that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, because he makes so many faces.
You make a lot of faces.
I didn't realize I made that many faces.
I literally was like, I kept having to rewind and get my thing ready to do screenshots again because, there's another one. Gotta go back. Yeah, it was literally probably within a 10-minute frame of one episode. Those were all from one episode.
That's hilarious.
I'll take a pizza roll on
that. Me too on that one.
And then I think, this is going to be my tender moment, I think, in this episode.
Oh.
That my favorite James moment is when James started sitting next to me as a co-host.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna get a little emotional.
Oh my God!
Mark.
He's just become a good friend.
Oh my God!
That's beautiful. See what happens with.
I know. That got me. I
know, right? I think through this we've all become better friends.
We have.
I just, it was funny because I was watching the old episodes and stuff, and I was like, who would have thought that, I would call him so much, and we'd hang out so much, and he's just been there when I needed to.
Y'all hang out? Don't nobody call me.
On the way here, he'll come over early and we'll hang out and then come to the show.
So you're trying to say that I need to come all the way to Beverly Hills?
Well, you're the one who has to live over here.
Beverly Hills adjacent.
Yeah, and I just kept thinking, I was like, there isn't really one, it was just the knowing that you were here and I would have you to,
Oh my God.
Oh.
Thank you. Oh my God.
And I'm just over here by myself.
Making funny faces.
But the few of us have
it's everybody. I mean, I think
it's
become a little family and
for sure.
Stuff, and
our friendships have definitely grown since
I didn't think I was going to get that. I really didn't think I was going to get that emotional about it.
That might have been a phase too.
Do not take screenshots of that, people.
What are these people over here doing? You're trying to come from my role,
and you know what's funny is I actually missed some because they were doing wide shots, and I was like, I'm missing good faces, but it was a wide shot, so I couldn't get a picture of them.
It's very sweet, you guys. Enjoy having you join this panel.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, we definitely appreciate you joining the panel, and it was definitely, it's so weird because I think the first time I saw the three of us together, it was definitely a different dynamic, and I don't know if we had finally got the swing of things, if what it was, but all of a sudden this just clicked and it worked, and it feels comfortable, even after having very rough days, and you guys know, you guys know I'm the behind the scenes bitch of the group.
But it really has. It's become I look forward to Sundays. It's not work to me.
No.
I love coming here. I feel blessed that I got asked by you to join it and to get to know we knew each other pretty well prior, but just getting to know you even more, and and I even look forward to going after the show because we always stand outside and talk for a little bit, and we dish and we share stories from the week and stuff. So I don't, and you guys know how busy I am during the week with work.
Oh, we know.
They get my thumbs up response to their messages a lot. Up. And so it's nice because I can finally and I look forward to it. I mean, I'm frustrated that I can't partake in a lot of the conversations and stuff too.
Well, I would say you guys. I'm an old man, and you guys make me feel. You guys make me feel good.
This is why I'm crying. I'm drinking.
Well, you guys make.
I started again.
You guys make me feel really good. I came into this whole thing later in life, and both of you guys are like my little sisters. So
yeah,
this is really. I talked to both of you guys almost like about equally just about.
Yeah,
you get extra champagne for calling me little.
Because anytime.
I talked to him too. Trust me, I talked to both of you guys.
Yeah, because if something happens, I'm like, and it always starts off with James Lott Jr. and he's like Tony Moore, and then it goes into, and it's usually me that's doing the.
No, occasionally it's been me. Occasionally I've called you for a couple things too. Yes. I was like, ooh, anyway. But you guys are my buddies.
We call that our tea time.
Our tea time.
Sorry, I took us down a path that I wasn't expecting.
Oh no! See, this is
That's
great.
Very sweet. Thank you.
Because I think this whole show has been down a path that we weren't expecting. All right, so
serendipitous Days of Our Lives recap.
So. From the very beginning, we have always had our each individual segments, and even coming up with the concept of the show, I wanted something that each one of us could have separate. That it just wasn't us coming on and talking about the show, but coming on and just noticing things that we may notice individually. So, of course, since day one, you guys have always had Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Yeah.
Did we start on the first episode?
We did.
Oh, we did. Yeah, because I remember our meeting with Peter. We all talked about our moments. Okay.
Because his was the WTF. That was
the WTF moment, which I kind of miss.
There were many of those.
There were many, especially back then.
We've had a lot more of those than we've had quotes of the week.
But you had 3 snaps. Yes.
But even like looking back at all the 3 snaps, I was like, oh wow, those were some good ones. But this one has to be the best official 3 Snaps Award.
We have it queued up.
I have to give my 3 Snaps Award to Carolyn's Headaches. And this is why.
That's mine.
I think I know why. But
this is why. Because I thought she came up with such a genius way of being like, bitch, I can't handle this. I don't want to talk to you. Like, I got a headache. I gotta go. Yeah. And then that was with Teresa. Then with Serena, she was like, ooh, someone's going to get my medicine. I got a headache. Ooh, I just can't deal. And Serena just kept talking, and then she was just like, okay, bitch, I gotta fall out. So
that's my favorite too.
If you need a way, that has to be like hands down. It was between that one and my 3 snaps to Paige when she found out about JJ and Eve. And she came in and she had knocked the cake out, and then she walked away, and then she was like,
bam.
Because she walked away and she changed her mind. That was her thing. She was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That was my favorite too, the Caroline one. That's because she was just like, I can't deal with you right now. Just get away from me.
Hands down, how I get out of all conversations now.
I got a headache.
And so now, Mark, what has been your favorite
quote of the week?
I
think I even said it when I was giving it that it's probably hands down the best quote of the year.
Okay.
When
this is where I get pizza rolls.
Right. You were not here for it, so it's only appropriate that I say it again because it had to do with your girl Hope.
Yes.
Was when Stefano, who's now deceased, when he left and he was having his final little argument with Hope, and she was like, well, I forget I didn't write down what she said. She was like, you made me evil, you made me this, you made me that.
No, here we go.
And Stefan was like, the only time in your life that you were actually interesting.
I'm not laughing on that one. I'll sip some of this stuff.
I still can't stop.
Yeah.
So mean.
It's it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's funny.
Quote of the week.
All right.
Quote of the year. That was the quote of the year.
Now,
His whole speech that day was great, but
that was really good. Now, of course, when James Lott Jr. came on, he kind of took over our hashtag Those Were the Days and started Look Who's Related. Now, we all know that with these Look Who's Related, they have been very intertwined and very, and James, being the historian of the group, has had to make sure all of his information was correct.
Yes.
So, James, what was your most convoluted, as they say? I would have just said difficult, but your most convoluted Look Who's Related.
Mine was, and we actually have a clip of it because Jen Lilly is so hilarious. She helped me along with this one. It's between Jeannie, Teresa Donovan, and Brady Victor Black. Hi, so what I do every week, I do a segment called Look Who's Related. And what happens is, on longtime soaps, the storylines, the family trees get convoluted and complex. And so what I do is I pick two people that you may forget or might be related. I have a special edition this week because these two characters are related right now through a baby, but they're related another way. Jeannie, Teresa Donovan, and Brady Victor Black.
No.
Get away from me. Wait.
We'll correct him in a minute.
Now, I'm saying related as in quotes. You'll see why. Brady Black is the son of John Black.
Yes.
Who thought he was Roman Brady from 1986 to 1991.
Yeah. Correct.
When he was running,
he was my uncle. I saw him at the airport.
She's like, yes.
I was like, you're not my uncle.
Jenny, we should do a podcast together. I love you. So Kimberly, who is Teresa's mother, was his...
The best. Hashtag bring back Patsy Peas.
She's following me now on Twitter.
She's the best.
She's the best. Okay. And so Roman and Kimberly were brother and sister.
Yep.
So now Brady was born in 1992. Right after he found he was John Black. But Teresa was born in 1990. And so she was born as Jeannie, of course. So at the time she was born...
But he was Sorust and I was...
Yeah, exactly, right, exactly. Look at you, say what? So... At the time, you guys were related as cousins, and I say it in air quotes, of course, because it's through, he obviously wasn't Roman Brady.
He wasn't.
So that's why I'm saying it's kind of funny, but Kimberly still, and then they had a conversation afterwards, you'll always be my brother.
I know, at the airport.
At the airport. So in a weird way, you guys are cousins. And that's Look Who's Related.
Okay.
Now tell him. Go ahead.
Yeah, tell me.
No, actually, you tell him because I'm
well, there was a time where we were in AA, and I was like, hey, trying to break the ice. I'm like, we're like 16 cousins or something. You're like, no, I found out the only thing Brady about me is my first name.
Did I do it like that?
So that was my most convoluted. And Jen Lilly talking it with me was hilarious.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Love you, Jen Lilly, so much, man. That was hilarious. That was my most convoluted.
Now, Jen Lilly is a fan of the show, but we have also gained many other fans for Dishin Days, that stem all across the U.S., Canada, and even in some other foreign parts. And we absolutely love our fans. And the way that we show that we love our fans is by doing the many giveaways that we've done. So I wanted to just take a moment just to shout out to our fans. And even, it's so funny, going back, there are a lot of names that still are familiar even a year later.
I noticed the same thing when I was watching the early episodes.
Susie calling in and her son winning one of our contests. So shout out to them and her family. Cheryl was with us. Leah Mulder has been with us for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed when I was watching my solo episode, which I'd never watched before. I watched it this week. When Susie, I forgot when Susie called in, she's like, hello? Like, who is this? I'm like, girl, you called me! What do you mean, who is this? That was hilarious. I totally forgot about that.
But, speaking of that solo episode, even though I wasn't here,
you called in?
didn't you? I sent in a video.
Right.
You still talked over me.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God.
Actually, since you're bringing this up, I'm going to tell you this was almost going to be my favorite moment for you. Was I found an episode, and I think it's June 8th, the week of June 8th, I think is on the title.
Yeah.
The first 3 minutes, you talk without me interrupting once.
Shut up.
And I was like, I need to make sure I tell Tony about
so
this.
you're real.
So you can use it for your reel. Only times I talked was when you spoke to me.
Yes.
All
That's
other
funny.
You talked for like 3 minutes.
And he didn't say anything.
And I didn't say anything. I think I was back when I was shy.
That's funny because no, please.
Yeah, that
Because there are even times when I'm starting the show and you can still hear Mark going, "Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
no,
exactly. Yeah, he does. He does.
Just all the whole time. So
It's because he gives me champagne.
well, that could be that. So shout out to all of our
Yes,
fans,
our fans.
And thank you guys for listing on our Facebook page, Dishin Days, all of your favorite moments as well. I wanted them to call in, but we're kind of pressed for time,
pressed
so
for time.
we're gonna leave time during Dishin Days for you guys to call in.
Yeah, we'll do that.
As well. So now. It is now my turn for my favorite moments.
I'm scared.
And while Marissa cues up Mark's video, I am actually going to tell this story about James and I.
Oh my, all these stories about me.
I know, right?
Well, because what many people don't know is that when James came on to do the show, we had never met.
No.
So James was doing the show while I was away,
Yes.
and we had never met each other.
Nope.
And I had watched the shows. I was like, James is doing a fine job. But it wasn't until later that James told me this story, and it's so funny. And it's also very true to my off-camera persona. So I remember the first time that all three of us were going to be on, and I walked into our old studio, and James was sitting there, and I didn't know that James. You were nervous about like us meeting, like he didn't know what I thought about. What he's been doing on the show and everything like that. So he was very nervous for some odd reason. And all of a sudden I just went, "Hey!"
Yes.
And he stood up, I gave him a hug, and I was like,
Big
"Oh, you've
hug.
been doing a great job."
You gave me a really good hug. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess we're okay.
Yeah, and when he told me that story, I was like, I don't understand why we wouldn't have been okay. I didn't think you were bad. That's why you're still here.
Right, but it was
Touche
nice.
to that.
No, but it was
Touche
very,
to
but it
that.
was very nice that you gave me a really good hug, and it was like, oh, we're fine.
Yeah,
and we're fine.
I always thought we were fine. Like if you got on the show and didn't say anything, you wouldn't be sitting here.
That's true. I agree with that 100%.
That's a good story. That's a very true story.
Yes.
And
So that is James Lott Jr. and I, and we have become the chocolate twins that
yes,
you guys
we have.
know of now.
That's right.
Now on to Mark.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Now,
sweet baby Jesus.
we all know
cheese and crackers.
we all know Mark's love of Billy Flynn.
A little bit.
And this was the first time we saw firsthand Mark's reaction to Mr. Flynn.
Final person?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's how it came out.
Billy touched my head. What did you want to know? Oh, my name. Mark J. Freeman. Mark J. Flynn.
Wow. Of course, you guys know that we have a very special guest, but I feel like I cannot introduce this guest and give him the justice that Mark J. Freeman would give him. So
You didn't tell me I was going to do it. It's fucking hot in here. Sorry, I slipped.
who is the person that is sitting next to you ever so closely?
The soon-to-be Emmy Award-winning actor from Days of Our Lives, Mr. Billy Flynn.
Now, what's
So rad.
What's funny about this, I didn't start it from the beginning, but even in the beginning, when I'm introing the show, you see Mark's pad expanding because he was getting so hot and bothered.
Oh, that's so you
Even
were
when he
rad.
came for the birthday, like,
yeah.
I'm hot anyways. Like
Right,
all,
that's right.
like I've been complaining
Yeah.
since we started that I'm hot. Marissa,
Yeah.
I'm still hot. I don't know. I just get flustered.
Yes, you got
I still
flustered.
do.
You did.
And
Very
like we
flustered.
talk, and I still get. Even when he texts me now, I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, he must be drinking.
Yes.
So right. So we've come to the end of our anniversary show.
Yes.
But before we do all of this last little bit of business, Mark, any final words on this
I didn't know
past?
it's gonna have to have final words.
Yeah, this past year of Dishin Days.
I honestly.
Wait, before you get into that, do you know, I'm sorry, do you know that there was one person who really fully wasn't on board with Dishin Days?
Who?
Me.
Oh, really?
Because Peter created the name Dishin Days.
Oh, I do remember this.
yeah.
I do remember
He was like, let's call it Dishin
the name
Days.
Dishin Days, not the show.
Yes.
He was like, let's call it Dishin Days, and I was like, okay. And then I kept trying to figure out ways to like intro it, and I was like, hashtag Dishin Days. I think I did it that time.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like weeks later, or even months later, that I finally introed it as Dishin Days, and it's stuck ever since.
That's I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
That was Peter.
I remember. I totally remember that.
Yeah.
I remember like talking about like, do we need a name? Should we just keep it AfterBuzz After Show, Days of Our Lives? I remember all that.
Yeah. So now, Mark, how would you sum up this past year?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's really just been amazing. And this week we've all been thinking about the show and what's been going on and stuff. And just to think about the people that I've met, the things that I've gotten to experience, not just Days of Our Lives people, but just outside of this, getting to know Maria and Kevin, getting to know everybody here at AfterBuzz, the other hosts, the connections I've been making. I just truly feel blessed. I feel like I'm kind of in my zone now. I just need to lose 30 pounds. And then I'll be good. I'll be good to go.
You and me both.
3 of us, yes.
And that was horrible too, watching old episodes. I'm like, look how skinny I was.
Oh my God, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, you can see my weight gain.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Just watch old episodes, please, guys.
Yeah.
Please.
James Lott Jr.
And for me, again, this was the gateway in my portal into the AfterBuzz media family. As everybody knows, I'm doing 8 million things here. And it's this show. It was because of meeting Peter, who knew you guys, and you guys taking me in. And you guys are the OGs. So I will always be grateful to you guys, no matter what I do and where I go and what I do. You guys brought me in here, and I'm just grateful.
When I had the idea for this show, I never would have thought that a year later it would be as popular as it is. I didn't think of how much fun I would have coming in and talking about this show with 2 other gents.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I noticed that too from the first episode when you're like, yep, we're 3 guys that watch Days of Our Lives, which is kind of
unusual,
not necessarily because we do have guys that watch, but
but it's rare to have this type of show with 3 guys.
I agree.
And we've made it. Look at Mark, he just wants to jump in.
I just thought of something.
Wants to jump in, and just to watch it grow and just all the things that we've been through with this show, I think we've had just a fantastic time. So I'm thankful to you guys. I'm thankful to AfterBuzz TV. I'm thankful to the fans that were able to come in and do this. So and also our biggest thing was Day of Days, where we were like getting our entire life on that. So cheers to everyone who made this show possible. And here's hoping for another year. And of course, you guys stay tuned because we have a full recap of Days of Our Lives for you coming up on Dishin Days. But first, we have some other people that want to wish us a happy 1-year anniversary. Stay tuned.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.